and my name is Todd, and I am with my friend Gary.
Hello.
And my friend Brian.
Hello.
Wow, you actually said hello. I thought you were just going to wave.
I mix it up.
Well, that's great. That's great. That's great. So, recently we came back from a convention called Origins, a big board game convention. It was amazing. We went for 3 days. Last year, the year before that, I went there for 1 day, but this year I went for 3 days. We played a lot of games. It was a much more different experience. I was with more friends, and simply put it, it was amazing. Every hour there was something to do. There was people to meet. There was just games, and more games.
Understatement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was the way I always look at Origins, and I haven't been to Gen Con yet, which is going to be probably a few years down the line before I go to Gen Con. I always look at it as San Diego for board games. Mm-hmm. You get to see the new product. You get to test out games that are not even months in development still. You get to enter tournaments. You get to
meet game designers.
Meet just crazy people who made up their own game on top of their head. You can be at 3 o'clock in the morning for a werewolf with 72 people, which was awesome and amazing. Yes. You get to meet people at 3 o'clock in the morning playing Epic Battle Wizards.
Yes.
Did you ever meet any of those people? I did.
Playing Epic.
Yeah.
I never met those. I never played that.
I just like, they were playing, I was like, can I join? They're like, yeah!
Oh, really?
And I did that for like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then I went back in there because I think you were getting tired at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. I didn't get a lot of sleep that weekend.
Oh. None of us really did. The first day we were playing Settlers of Catan, and we were like falling asleep playing the game.
Star Wars, or Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, Star Trek Settlers.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Good game, but it was we were so exhausted it couldn't even.
They should totally make Star Wars Settlers of Catan.
And then you can mix it with Star Trek, and then everyone would be like...
Everyone would be furious.
Yeah. So...
Instead of sheep Ewoks. I just had to let that know.
Let's go and talk about the actual day. You know, the first day, it was mostly just walking around, and we just walked around. We played a couple games. We head to the Mayfair booth, which every year they do a really cool activity where they have different tables representing different resources. And you would play on that table, and then you would get that resource. And if you get all the resources, like in Settlers of Catan, you get to trade it in for a half-off board game.
You trade with people. You can.
Thank you.
It encouraged you to try a lot of games. Yeah, you can trade 3.
Was it 3 or 4?
4.
It was
4 with the bank to get anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what the cool part was, there were some life-size versions of the game. There was the life-size version of Settlers of Catan, the life-size version of Star Trek Catan.
Yeah.
And my favorite was the Hot Tin Roof.
Hot Tin Roof was really good.
Me and him broke out into the West Side Story. over cats. I mean...
Yeah, that was cool, though.
I lost completely because I thought this is the best strategy to do, is just surround the other cats with my way of going through passages, and it just didn't work out. Lords of Vegas.
Good.
When I first played the game, I thought it was very boring. I had a very old guy demoing it, and we played the whole game, which, you know, if you ever played Lords of Vegas, it's not really that much fun. But this time around, we more or less bend the rules.
Yeah, a little bit.
You were the one who bought the game, which we'll talk a little more about it. But what was the reasoning behind it?
I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. The first time I saw it was on tabletop or tableflip.
Tabletop, yeah.
No, tabletop, not
tabletop.
And it didn't look fun. But when I played it, and I think it was the whole, like, you could just continuously gamble at someone's casino and, like, force them out of their money. That was, made it, like, really fun for me. And I think next time I play, that's just going to be my strategy from the get-go. Just every turn, go into a casino, put everything down, and try to just bankrupt every other player.
That actually isn't a bad strategy.
Yeah.
It beats mine trying to get the strut.
The odds are for the house. And the game does force you to make trades and force you to do interesting things, which I've played a lot of games that are like built around making trades, where every time I've tried to make a trade, I've just been completely shut down. And since this forces you, it seemed like it'd be easier to get a trade going. I've never been able to play a game of Monopoly with people and get them to actually trade me anything for anything. I've been like, I will give you 3 railroads for Mediterranean. And just, no.
Nah, not bad.
The problem is you take all the ones.
Yeah. That's my strategy for Monopoly, is just take a 50 right at the beginning and get all the ones and force everyone to pay with 5s.
Mind games.
Yeah.
Mind games.
We also went and played King of Tokyo and King of New York. A great game. I recommend everyone to play. We entered the tournament. I actually won.
I got close.
I got, like, stomped in both games. I took too much for risk in King of New York.
That was my thing, too. I was forced out of New York when I was playing New York. And that's where they hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the moment I left, they're like, yeah, let's just get rid of this guy. Bam, 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 bam. But
I got to the finals, and I found the game to really going very well for me until all the buildings started going away, in which case I would lose. But made it to the finals, so...
I wanted that, I think it was like a zombie type
Yeah, it was
creature.
like
King Zombie or something.
And I just want it so... Because eventually I want to play with all the characters, because apparently in King of New York you can switch out with the characters for King of Tokyo. And I just want to get like a giant game with all the characters and just see what happens. But my strategy is I just got points. That was like my thing. I had points every turn when I played King of Tokyo, and it just piled up over and over again. And I wouldn't leave Tokyo because no one was throwing any fists at me.
Yeah.
And I was getting points, and I was getting the lightning bolts, the spending points. So I bought things that were useful. And that's what helped me win. So I won a penguin, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Best, well, I can't say it was the best game because there was a horrible, when we found out the weakness of the game, we kind of like walked away from it. But we had a chance to play before it came out, Bring Out Your Dead.
Yeah.
We played the did we play the Win-A-Box tournament?
We didn't.
Oh, we didn't.
No,
We should have. With 3 of us, we could
Yeah.
have.
Isolation.
But we played for the PSP,
Yeah.
which he was
Once again in the finals, I think I got 3rd.
Yeah, that really sucked,
But-
man.
You know, my strategy, I didn't do the river. And I almost did well because of it. But the other person was just faster. And that's the thing.
Yeah. In this game, the whole point is you have to bury dead people. And throughout the game, you can actually have your dead people like fall into the river. And that is like the weakness of this game, where pretty much if you just take over the river, you get
It's
spiritual
a
treasure.
collection
Yeah.
of treasures that you just
Yeah,
kind
I think
of, you
everyone's
build all the
thinking.
treasures up.
The scaling of the points for the treasures based on how many you have
Kind of like Seven
ramps
Wonders.
up way faster than putting pieces where you're supposed to put them in the graves. So, and the penalty for putting bodies in the river isn't high enough to prevent you from doing that.
As long as you get the gem.
Yeah.
Don't get the...
Yeah.
There's this green gem that makes it so it's more like you're getting maybe 2 or 3 minus points at the end of the game compared to 20.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you only get one.
Because the other one doesn't count. But if you don't get any, you get minus 20 points. And that happens, because if they never come up and you've already got your river strategy going, you lose. So it is powerful, but it's really risky.
Yeah, but the odds of getting it is pretty high.
Yeah. I mean, there's only 2 in the whole game.
Yeah, but if you dump every coffin you have in the river, and if one other person at the table is doing the same thing, you're going to go through the whole deck of treasures.
Mm-hmm. That happened to me though, like the first round when I was playing the game. One guy was using the river, and the other guy was like trying to make sure he doesn't get the treasures. So it was
dumping
between
his body in the mass graves.
Yeah, it was like we can't stop him, but we have to try. And I'm like, I didn't get anything. And I'm like,
And of course, you get like one treasure at the start of the game. So if you're lucky enough to pull that particular gem, you win the game.
Yeah.
Like before it even starts. So yeah, it's definitely got a dominant strategy. Second time I played, I was looking at it as if your body went in the river, it's because you screwed up. So I was just trying to do the calculation so I didn't put any bodies in the river, and I didn't. And
I mean,
you know,
there's a lot of ways to play the game without the river. The problem is the river's really easy. It's got no weakness. There's no downside to going for the river.
yeah, if you have an entire group of people who all don't play the river, it can be a really fun game.
No, yeah, for sure. Or if everybody goes river, it's really good because then you're all fighting over 2 cards and there's 4 of you. So as long as you get the card, then everybody else is like, well, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And so more strategies come out there and people will stop you from doing things. But for the most part, yeah, river's really, really powerful.
Yeah.
So another game we got to test play at Upper Deck was Legendary Alien Encounters, which we're not Alien fans, but man, this was
just a well-made game.
Yeah.
It was
well-made.
I played quite a few co-op games, but co-op games generally still have some kind of competitive element. There's still generally a winner somewhere, and this absolutely didn't have that, and it made a big difference. There was a lot of communication. There was a lot of everyone had a role. Everyone played that role to the best of their abilities. Everyone, it was just a lot more fun.
I think, because I play a lot of the Marvel version of the game, which is also a co-op experience, but it's got this whole competition at the end where you kill people, and the more villains you defeat, the more points you get. I feel like it did better at that. And also, it's got this side deck full of, I think they were sergeants.
Yeah.
That it's the first side deck in a deck builder I've played where I actually want to buy it. Because usually, I never buy the side deck, ever. But that game had color specifics that helped your deck actually run faster. So it didn't feel like you were just buying a card because you didn't have the money. It felt like, I need to buy these cards, instead of...
And they were important, too. I mean, that was the main thing. I think with Legendary... It's Maria Hill with a Marvel game, and it's like she doesn't really do much. Here, they give them a reason. It helps out buying characters, or you can give points to this character so you can buy this character, or you could add, damage so you can take down that alien. So they were more important.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, and it's also, when you play the game, make sure you get plenty of them, because that made a big difference.
Yeah.
The one time we played it, we didn't buy any of them. We were just buying,
Well, that time we got screwed by 2 specific enemies very quickly, and we just couldn't come back from it.
For sure.
But if we had those,
Yeah, if we had more of the lieutenants, we might have stood a chance.
But the second time around, I was like, we made sure we got the lieutenants.
One player just bought, a lieutenant, every turn for a while. And then everyone's turn, he was like, I can give you 2 more recruitment points.
Done!
And an important mechanic is when there's a mechanic in this that you can use a card's ability to help out another player, and then you discard that card and draw a new one. So you're not, it's not hurting you to use it, you're replacing it, which was an important aspect, because otherwise, even though it was a complete co-op experience, I don't think too many people would do it.
No, because you would have lost your turn.
Yeah. You would have significantly weakened your set.
Was Battle Merchants. It's a game where you are selling weapons to ogres, trolls, goblins.
It's ogres, trolls, dwarves, elves.
Elves. No goblins. I'm sorry, Battle Merchants people.
Yeah.
But it was awesome because what it is the whole point is to sell weapons to these people. And yeah, you might be allied to the trolls, but I can sell it to the elves too. Or I can sell them to both the trolls and the elves and make them fight, and then I get more money. And it was just awesome.
Yeah. It looked like there was I only got to play a couple of rounds of it, but it looked like there was quite a bit of strategy to it. It looked, you have one action you can perform each turn. You can make weapons, you can sell them, you can
improve them.
Improve your ability to make them, or gain the ability to make a different kind of weapon. So there were a lot of options every turn. It looked like pretty in-depth strategy. I'd like to play a full game and see how early decisions play out late game, but it looks really strong.
Really good game. And it's a lesser known developer. It looks like their first game, or their second game, I think it was. Which is, it's always good to see new talent coming into, because Mayfair makes everything, or this company makes everything, Cryptozoic makes everything.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see companies trying and still making good games, and this looks like a really fun game. So, yes.
Hey guys.
What?
Game show! Little shout out to our friends from Game Show.
Amphourous Blob Gaming.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. Pretty much, we went to this like small little room area, and we played like a bunch of like smaller games like Hangman and Scavenger Hunt and Charades. Yeah. And that was just, it was a chance to meet people.
Yeah.
With the same interests you have, and that's what I thought was so awesome. So, Game Show. Anything you want to add to that?
I won. I've got I've got a certificate to show it.
Bullshit.
And that's what really matters there.
Bullshit.
But they were just the games were simple, and they were the nicest people in the world.
Oh yeah.
Down to earth, willing to let us in, and
free cheese.
Yeah, free. This cheese was the highest quality of cheese that a normal man can purchase at a solidly average price.
Yeah. At a convention.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all around, good time.
Scavenger Hunt was fun.
Did you find everything?
No, but some of the stuff that I got away with was cool. Like one of them was Orion, so I just flipped over the list and drew Orion, the constellation, on the back and took a picture of that. And that got in.
That's smart.
I'm mad that one of the things on the list was a Cylon. So we took a picture of this little girl that was just kind of walking around. I was like, this is a Cylon. And the guy was like, why is this a Cylon? It's like, because anyone can be a Cylon. He's like, no. So.
We got to interrupt a huge battle Star Wars game that was going on, and we got to go up to them and go, guys, we're doing a scavenger hunt. All of them dropped what they were doing and helped us find everything that they could from the list.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. But the person after us went up and said the same thing, and they're like, we can't. No, this is the second time we've done this, guys.
Yeah, we stopped some random person that did the moonwalk for us. Because that was on the list. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, good time.
Definitely worth opening the book and looking through these smaller events and picking something you don't really know what it is and just give it a shot. It could definitely pay off.
Yeah, when you get the book, look through the book.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of events that we missed that we would love to have done. Teen Titans deck building.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a Muppet game.
Yeah, Muppet Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have played that.
There was a couple tournaments.
All the event next to it was a giant Magic tournament.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just board games. It was also a huge Magic tournament.
Yeah, card games, miniatures,
everything. Anything, even some gaming. The gaming was terrible, but...
Even like Werewolf. I mean, I don't even know how to qualify Werewolf. But
3 o'clock in the morning.
A random guessing game.
3 o'clock in the morning, 72 people.
Yeah.
I'm always destined to lose because my hands shake.
I lost. I went to another convention. I played Werewolf. I didn't think it was that fun. This convention, this room had 75 people, was obnoxious. People were crazy. People were loud. The games were interesting. It was just a good time, and it was good to just not care about winning.
Yeah.
And just play and enjoy myself. So it was good. It was fun.
We should totally do that. Get like everyone we know together for one Werewolf game. Oh, but you'd have to institute a time limit for turns.
No, it has to go on for 3 weeks, bro.
That would be awesome. Like,
what if when you wake up, you then go to everybody and like, you've died for the day, and then you get to go, I've wasted 2 weeks of this.
That's what we have to do. Like, we have to get like everyone together, and get down and we get everyone in the park, and be like, okay, we're gonna do a giant game of Werewolf for 72 people. Okay, make sure we talk to we have to have one judge. Okay, we figure out who's gonna be the werewolf, who's gonna be the seer, and every week You get together, but someone is gone.
We just didn't invite Joe. Joe died. Oh.
Yeah, Joe died.
Whoa, nobody told me that.
72 weeks, so a year and a half.
Yeah.
That'd be a good time.
And just like 20 minutes, like, let's figure out who's the werewolf.
Alright, let's vote.
I vote Todd. He seems like the most werewolf of the group.
The second time, like, I acted like I was the werewolf.
Did you die right away?
Yeah. He's like, he's playing differently.
It's okay. The guy who was on my team ended up being the werewolf. Because the whole time I was siding with him. Because he seemed to know what he was doing. And he did. Because he was the werewolf.
I got werewolf on my first game. And it's like my hands shake normally. But I was afraid to point at anyone and vote for them. Because my hands would be shaking. And they'd think it was because I was nervous because I was the werewolf. So, like, in a group of friends, they would know my handshake and they wouldn't think much of it. But
Strangers.
Yeah, strangers. And so I got voted out the second turn.
Yeah, we got rid of him first.
Yeah, you got rid of me first.
I'm pretty sure I knew who the seer was.
But the last game I was down to the top 4, which was a cool... I'm normally, like, the 4 or 5 times I've played werewolf, I've gone out first. Second. Maybe second. But this time I stayed to the end, and it's intense for being werewolf. It's...
It was different. It was...
Yeah.
It's a weird experience where you have no information to base any of your guesses on at, like, any point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you have to completely go by gut.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Or subtle things. But nothing, this is the person.
Well, you'd have to
Unless
know
the
the
seer
people
knows.
for any subtle thing to pay off, because otherwise it's like, how do I know this isn't just how this person is?
True.
You know?
True.
Best game.
Best game. I want to say Bring Out Your Dead. I thought Bring Out Your Dead was really good. I got a new game called Crossfire, which I saw played a lot, and I thought it was awesome. It's a deck builder, it's cooperative, and that's all good. But I don't think I spent enough time with it to really say it was my favorite game. So I'm going to say Bring Out Your Dead. I thought that was fun, flawed, but really, really fun.
Legendary Encounters. I'd kind of given up on the Marvel Legendary. I just didn't like it as much as DC. But this one was a very different experience, and I had a lot more fun with it.
Mine's going to be... I have to pick a couple, because I couldn't really pick one. I love Legendary. Simple game, cooperative. You know, there's no winning. There's, you know, either win or you lose, period. So, you know. But Cold Express was a new game.
Interesting.
Was a new game mechanic introduced to me that I haven't seen before.
I don't think I saw this one.
Yeah,
You were there.
It was on the train, the programming.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, and
Okay,
it's like
alright.
based off the cards would tell a story, and you would one person pick one scene, I pick one scene, you pick
Yeah.
another scene, and that's the way you would move and play the game.
Yeah, you put everything down in one deck, and then you play the cards one by one. So all of your moves are programmed, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So how it works out is... It's one person playing one card you didn't expect on the first turn can make you be doing complete nonsense for the rest of the turn. Like just go into an empty room and start throwing punches just at the wall.
And I mean, what's so interesting is like it's a nice 3D design game.
Yeah.
The train looks awesome. The cards look good. It was just to me a very flawless game.
For sure.
I finally got to play Small World.
Small World. Love me some Small World.
But you know, I'm not going to say that was the best game because it's kind of
old.
old.
It's an older game, but good. Good
Yeah.
game nonetheless.
Yeah. Witness was another game that I really liked, which I wish we played more of.
Yeah, that was the telephone one, right?
Yeah, it was kind of like telephone, and he kept screwing up.
Okay, first off, I got confused by my own sheet. Like, everything everybody told me I got, but then my own sheet confused me.
Which confused me, which confused the lady.
That's confused everything.
And the lady was just like, what's going on?
Well, I suck with names.
Yeah.
So it was like, Mr. Johnson is the American. And I was like supposed to pass that on. I'm like, either Mr. Johnson or Mr. Jameson is the American.
So, I mean, it was interesting enough. I love the artwork with it, because it
Yeah.
reminded me of Tintin.
No, for sure.
But it was like that telephone aspect of it is what I thought was so
I don't
fascinating.
think I've ever seen that in a game. In
Yeah.
a table at the table game.
It's a mixture of telephone and 1 minute mysteries, where everyone has a little bit of information, and if you pass it around correctly, you can answer the questions that they ask at the end.
It was fun. It was short too, really short.
Yeah.
You could probably play it in 30 minutes if you know what you're doing quick, which is cool. Those games are fun.
And Battle Merchants.
Battle Merchants was really, really good.
I won both times, so I think that's, I'm kind of a little biased towards that. But it was simple, but there was a lot of strategy involved, and that's what I really like.
All right, so I didn't play it at the event, but I played it when I got home. Battle Wizards, Epic, Spell Wars, Battle Wizards 2. It's just like the first game in a lot of ways, which is already really, really good. But this game just takes everything it did and does it better with more. It's bigger. There you can summon monsters. You get this awesome little token with the game. It's like a standee. In the first game, it was just there for looks. You just put it in the middle of the table. Now it's all about controlling it, and there's blood counters, and it's just better. It's a bigger game now. It combines with the first game, and this was the first time the game was shown. What's at this event?
I can't wait to play it. And what I'm really excited about, since it can go with the original game, that means we can get like 8 players into this game. And I'm just imagining the one spell where each person would take damage towards each player. Someone's going to get hit by like
8 damage.
Yeah.
There's a boulder card that does 1 extra damage every time it moves over.
Yeah.
And I've played it with 8 people before, and it does 8 to 1 person. And that person
that's like,
hate you.
Yeah, that's what?
It's almost half their HP because you start with 20.
No, I'm trying to do the math in my head for how much damage that would be total.
A lot.
Yeah. So the
3, 4.
1 and 8 would be 9. 2 and 7 would be 9. 3 and 6 would be 9. 4 and 5 would be 9. So 4 times 9, 36.
Wow. And on the last day, we went shopping.
Yes.
Or I really went shopping.
Yes.
Well, we're going to do a whole separate video around that, what we bought, everything like that. So, stay tuned for that. But yeah, the last day, we pretty much shopped. We did a couple demos, a couple tournaments.
A few things we missed, I think, mostly.
Yeah, I regret not entering the Southern Super TN tournament.
Yeah. Next year, we're definitely
next year. Next year, I'm probably going to enter HeroClix tournament. Next year, we're definitely going back to Upper Deck.
Yeah.
And, trying to win.
5 people and play a win-a-box game.
Yeah. I'm still mad at, Legendary should have been ours.
Yeah.
Mathematically speaking, that should have been ours.
There were 5 people in each game. Us 3 played 2 games, and at the end, we rolled a die to determine who got the box, because it's completely cooperative. We should have won 1.
Well, we had a chance to vote. And I'd be like, okay, Gary, you're going to be who we're voting for.
Yeah.
Because I just won a game for $20. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
Or to say we won.
But it was a good game, which would have been cool.
So we'll show you what we bought shortly. I want to give a little shout out to Jeff Siadek and Gorilla Board Games. Thank you guys so much for all the things you've done so far. Also check out Battle Stations. It's on Kickstarter right now. Please check it out. Please check out Gorilla Board Games. Please check out Jeff Siadek's website, YouTube page. Be very grateful if you do. And he's also sent us a couple games. We're still waiting for the rules. So
Worderific was great.
Love that game so much. We're actually going to be redoing a video for that because we got another camera. So we're going to be doing an extra 3-camera setup for that game.
That's awesome.
So check that out. Check out a couple new shows we're going to be based on some board games. And we're also going to be doing a show called Road to Origins, where we're going to be playing every game that you're going to be seeing in our next video as we go towards Origin.
It's 37, somewhere around there?
Yeah,
up to 37 board games.
Yeah, something like 32.
Yeah.
And I bought 30 of them.
And stuff
Whoa.
that we have expansion packs for, we'll play the original game with the expansion pack.
We got these little card sets for New York, Kings of New York and Kings of Tokyo, but that's an expansion, guys.
What's so funny though? Here's the thing about it. This wasn't my first year. This is my second year going to Origins. I entered the King of Tokyo tournament before. I actually took my friend's Chad, my friend Bob's friend, and mine. I put it in the King of Tokyo game. So there's literally now 7 like monster sidekick cards in the King of Tokyo game. So
You might want to cut that down to like 1 or 2.
why?
Because that's a lot of them.
I want every monster to have at least one sidekick.
So no matter
no one can win.
So yeah, check out we're going to pull them out right now, and we're going to do that. We're going to start off with Gary's games, followed by Brian's games, and finally we're going to hit with my games. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next year. Thank you, Origins. Thank you, Jeff, and all that other stuff. Just talk to you later.
Columbus.
Yeah.
Thank you.